Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Falling Over Books. For today's video I'm doing another romance recommendations and it's another dark romance one. So I have about 7 dark romance books to recommend, so let's just get started. Before we start, I just want to say I'm not really the best at explaining synopsis or kind of describing the book. I'm not very good at that, so please just bear with me. But just do your own kind of research because I don't always do well with the synopsis. The first book I have to recommend is Black Iris by Leah Rader, or now Elliot Wake. But this is a new adult dark romance, and this is about Lainey, who has had kind of a really rough start in high school, and she kind of got bullied and called names and all that kind of stuff. And in college, she kind of starts fresh and she meets this handsome guy named Armin, and he has another friend named Blythel, and a lot of things happen. I don't really want to say much about this because I feel like it's better going into this book blind. But it's very confusing. I found it very confusing, but it is dark and it's kind of a love triangle sort of slash revenge slash a lot of things, but the writing is beautiful, so it's just really hard to explain. So just, yeah. Next is Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. This is the first book in the Devil's Night series, trilogy, I'm not sure. I've only read book 1, so. And this is about Erica, who kind of obsesses over this guy named Michael, and he is her boyfriend's older brother, and she goes to college and some weird stuff happens. It's very dark and it has plot twists and it's dark and it's thrilling and not for the faint of heart, because there's kind of a weird, almost sexual assault scene in this book, I think. I can't remember. It's been so long since I read this book and I wasn't really the biggest fan, but I did want to recommend it for those who do like dark romance because I feel like you would like this. Although I feel like the synopsis is very misleading. It kind of assumes that this girl is like really innocent and like a good girl, and then she gets wrapped up into this guy and his like college thing and whatever. But yeah, I'm not really describing this book very well, but go check it out for yourself. The next book I'm recommending is actually a series, and this is the Aces series by Nicole Jacqueline. I really love this series. The first book is Craving Constellations, and I feel like these aren't that dark, but they're still like really emotionally heavy. And they are kind of about a motorcycle gang club thing, so they're kind of more a little bit on the darker side than just normal contemporary. And this first book, Craving Constellations, follows Brenna, who has separated herself from the motorcycle club that raised her, but some unseen things brings her back there several years later, and she has a lot of secrets that could potentially affect the club or whatever. So I really love this series. It's very emotionally heavy, and yeah, I really like it. So the first book is Craving Constellations. The second one is Craving Redemption. The third one is Craving Absolution. And the third book is Craving Resurrection. And these are all like companions. So you don't have to read them in order, although I do recommend that you do that. And then next, other series is actually a spin-off of the Aces, and this is the Aces Sons series. Not a trilogy, it's a series. And the first book is called Craving Tricks. And this essentially, I don't really want to say much, but it follows the children from the Aces series. So this one you should read after the Aces series because it'll spoil things, it'll spoil couples and characters and all that kind of stuff. So I recommend that you read this after. So I don't really want to say much, but it also follows a motorcycle club. I cannot talk. It also follows a motorcycle club, and it just has the same vibes and everything, but it's just with other characters. So the first book is Craving Tricks, the second one is Craving Molly, the third one is Craving Hawk, and the fourth one is Craving Lily. Next one is Better When He's Bad by Jake Crownover. This is the first book in the Welcome to the Point series. It's definitely a trilogy, I think. No, it's a series. No, it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy. And this one I wrote a really long time ago, so I don't really remember what happens. But I believe it's just about this guy named Shane, or Bax, who is kind of a criminal, and he is kind of looking for answers about something. And then he meets this really, really kind of good girl, Dovey, and obviously they fall in love, and you know, there's lots of stuff, but it's a little bit dark. It's not that dark, but it is a little bit darker, and there's violence and stuff in this. So yeah, I really like this series and I highly recommend it. So the first book is Better When He's Bad. The second one is Better When He's Bold. The third one is Better When He's Brave. And then there's like kind of a series after that, which is not complete yet, but the first book is Honor. And it kind of is part of the series, but not really. Like, you can read Honor and the rest of the books after that. You don't have to read them like all in order, if that makes sense. I'm not explaining that very well. Next one is another motorcycle club book, and that is It Ain't Me, Babe by Tilly Cole. And this is the first book in the Hades Hangmen series. This is a really long series. I've only read the first two because I just didn't feel like reading the other ones. But this is quite dark compared to the other two motorcycle clubs that I recommended. This is about this girl who is kind of in this religious cult, and she one day escapes and meets River, and she then goes to their club and stuff, and it's very dark because I don't think it deals with rape, but I do think it deals with violence. A dark contemporary MC romance / new adult novel contains sexual situations, violence, sensitive and taboo subjects, offensive language, and mature topics, which pretty much explains it. And this is a really long series. There's supposed to be like 8 books, so. Next one is another motorcycle club romance, and that is Incandescent by River Savage. This is the first book in the Knights Rebel MC series. This is about a member of this club who used to do like illegal things, and he's kind of trying to set the club right, I think. And then he meets Candace, who is kind of like a good girl, I think, something like that. But it's another motorcycle dark book that I really, really liked, and this series is also pretty long. I think there's supposed to be 6 books, and there's only 4 books out right now, and I've read them all. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this second romance recommendation video for dark romance. I know I suck at like explaining books, but I feel like if you're truly interested in it, you'll kind of go research it for yourself. But I just thought I would mention these ones for you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.